Hi, Cindy here. We just had a technical snafu, so I'm back again. And I'm excited to be here with you guys today. In lieu of talking about, my series that just aired called The Truth About Men. So something I wanted to really cover is the not only the truth about men, but like how to determine if he's going to really show up for you when it comes to dating or relationship. And so there's some things that you can really look at from just a actions perspective. Also, some of it really causes you to actually get really in tune with yourself, your wants, needs, and desires. So the number one thing I recommend is getting really in tune with what it is you want. What makes you feel good in relationships? What are my wants and needs? What makes me feel safe? What makes me feel safe in dating? What makes me feel safe in relationship? Now that could be different. I recommend getting to know what more than one person at a time, simply because it gives room for things to grow at a slower pace. Because women are typically in much more of a hurry to put a label on the relationship, to move things forward. Not that the guy doesn't want to, but typically women want to move things forward quicker than a guy. And that can really mess things up. So you want to make sure that you're loving yourself, you're pacing yourself. So that's number one. How do you know if he's going to show up for you? So in the very beginning, as you're dating someone that you feel like there's some chemistry with, you guys have expressed that with each other, you've got, and it doesn't need to be, I feel like this needs to be said. It doesn't need to be skyrockets the first time you meet him. It gets to be a feeling and somebody that you feel connected to, somebody that you can grow an attraction with as you get to know them as a person, somebody that you're also attracted to, right? So, and I find that a lot of people cut themselves off way quicker than they should. A lot of times we cut ourselves off way quicker than we should. So, and don't give the opportunity to get to know someone. So that's the second thing. But getting clear about what you want and then having those open conversations, right? So, I'm serious about, I've got a clear space for love. I'm serious about bringing in a partner. And, where are you at? So a guy, you might make some agreements in the beginning. A guy might say, it kind of freaks me out to get involved. I've been hurt in the past. I really like you. I don't want to date anyone else. So you're in this space and I'm willing to explore it. So, the willingness to explore is a good thing. However, you want to make sure that you're not settling or abandoning yourself. So this is where we really get into what's interesting there. So if you meet someone that's not on that same level, who's had some, maybe they just came out of a breakup, or they have some things in their life that are preventing them from actually showing up fully in love. So you can actually see that as you're spending time with a person. In the beginning it could be great, but once things start to progress, real feelings start to come in, there's different ways of being that people will show up. Maybe they're a little more distant, right? Maybe they start becoming a little bit distant, or there's just things. I want to think of a quick story to share with you. They're not necessarily including you in friends, family things. But remember, if this is early on, right? And then you guys got to a stage where, okay, we're going to see each other. We're going to, what feels safe for me is mutual, intimacy with just each other. So a commitment there. But the thing that you get to look at is, am I abandoning myself as things move forward? So you might feel like, he's someplace else, or he's pulled back affectionately with you. He's not holding your hand as much, or he's not, he's just not showing up. And, sometimes I want to preface this, that sometimes men do this when they're in a place where they're trying to figure things out. Like, do I want to take the next step in this relationship? Can I provide for her what makes me happy? What is going to make her happy? And you get to express that and be really clear in the beginning. I'm looking for the real deal. I really want to bring a real partnership in. So if you're both willing to take that leap, and then, you can have circumstances that show up. And I see this happen with women all the time. They will abandon themselves. So I wrote this down. They'll let go of what they truly want and need to settle in the relationship. And here's the deal. That relationship will never freaking work out. It won't. I mean, maybe by some stroke of a miracle, God's miracle, it will work out. However, what happens is you're settling, you're abandoning a feeling within you. And especially if what starts happening doesn't make you happy, right? You start dating someone and things are going well, and then all of a sudden they're not necessarily showing up, or you guys go hang out together and they're, social media can be a weird thing, but you guys aren't, fully engaging with each other. So you can feel a disconnect. You can feel things when you're not happy and what you're not happy about. So a lot of times women will stuff that, they'll ignore it. It means that you get to be really conscious of your feelings and share, like, hey, I'm feeling like you're a little distant. Is everything okay? Or it feels, like this. I really love it when we hold hands, things like that. And he might say, whoa, nothing's going on. I'm okay. Just have a lot on my mind with blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Is there anything to do with me? You can bring that up because you want to bring things forward, and you want to look at, am I abandoning myself? Because if you continue deeper on and they're not on the same page, or they say, well, I'm not really looking for anything that serious. Men can fake full relationships. So can women, by the way. But, you want to make sure that he is okay. He's showing up. He wants to be here. He wants to develop and grow with this. And it's not that you got to be serious all the time, but you want to have fun with this person. And you want to know that you guys have a similar vision. So that's super important. And sometimes when somebody is getting out of something, recently, or they, have life events that have caused them to, recalibrate themselves. So for whatever reason, they're not fully available, which then causes a couple things. One, they might be a wounded bird, like they're coming back to life. You're the one that's showing up for them and, building them up, nurturing them back to health. And then a lot of times you see that person leave and they couple up with somebody else because you became the rebound person that healed them, right? So, and that's a control thing, by the way, you guys, of, you know, wanting to try to create the upper hand somehow. So it's just things to be aware of, you know, not that relationships don't work when somebody's just gotten out of them. It's just about being conscious of that and conscious of processing that people have. Okay. So the biggest thing to look at, is he able to show up for you? Does he want to show up for you? Is he willing to communicate? And communication is key, but you get to start it, and you get to look at, how am I feeling on the inside? Am I abandoning myself and my needs? Because what happens is it all disintegrates when you go, oh, no, 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 I'm okay. And that's a people-pleasing conversation, which I get it. I do it. I'm a recovering people pleaser. So instead of like, and it can be for anything, like, oh, I want to show up for my friend's promotion for something, and then I've got too many balls in the air and I drop one, right? And then you feel bad because you're a people pleaser. So you want to just look at your life, look at what's important to you, and am I abandoning myself and a person, you know, to acquiesce to their wants and needs? Because if they don't have a similar vision as you, it's never going to work unless you settle. So there's that compromise versus settling, and you don't want to settle for the wrong type of relationship. All right, you guys, I'm going to try to keep these down to 7 minutes, but I just had a lot to share about this, and I felt called because it's so important to realize, you know, what our needs are, and being conscious of them and communicating them just in a way like, what are your needs, you know, what, and letting it flow, and actions speak louder than words. Hope this helps. Sending you lots of love. Share it with a friend that you think might need this. If you're on YouTube and you like it, the likes help me, so just give me a thumbs up, and, you know, click the subscribe button, and you can click the little notification bell that lets you know when I air new videos. So I air them all the freaking time. Yay, almost every day. Sending you guys love. Have an amazing rest of your day. Bye.